Salutations everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play The Darkest Dungeon. I am your host, BrainBoy20, and where we had last left off, we had completed the tutorial, got our people through it with relatively light damage. Admittedly, me being the antithesis of luck and everything has proven itself more and more as time has gone on. Now, a few things before we continue on with The Darkest Dungeon. I have lowered the narration volume as a consequence of all the a few complaints about the narration being a bit loud and me agreeing with them completely. And we've had our first character request, so let's see if we get lucky. Do we get it? Nope, not at all. I'm sorry, Abco, you'll have to wait for your grave robber or occultist until later.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
A sister of battle, you say? Where's her power armor? Where's her faith in the God Emperor of Man? Come on!
The thrill of the hunt. The promise of payment.
And there's the Highwayman, and the Macant, the Highwayman.
Elusive, evasive, persistent. Righteous traits for a rogue.
And we have 3 new gentlemen, and well, 2 gentlemen and 1 lady to join us in all this. And do I want to upgrade the stagecoach again? Nah, no thanks. Actually...
Great heroes can be found even here, in the mud and rain.
We'll level up this size. We now have access to the tavern and the abbey.
Fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
And we can begin our stress relief of all these individuals.
The cobwebs have been dusted, the pews set straight. The abbey calls to the faithful.
And we can also now find the caretaker who's trying to deal with his own insanity. So, let's see. I think, depending on her stats... Curious, I don't think I can be able to get rid of her. Or at least her curiosity trait yet, especially because we don't have access to the sanitarium. And you have flagellant, which is even worse for me. But you have divine grace, dazzling light, judgment, and illumination, which I think is the exact same skills as she does, with the exception that you have a few different fire time skills, which I don't think I'm going to care for just yet. So I guess we will take Munville out and put in Belle. What was required for your stress relief again? Oh, you have none. Good. So, I guess in this case, we'll upgrade the Abbey. We're gonna upgrade one of these to make stress relief a little bit easier. Since we have such an overabundance of busts and crests, we're gonna upgrade the Transept to reduce its treatment cost.
Gilded icons and dogmatic rituals. For some, a tonic against the bloodshed.
So, Munville, please go pray. And we don't have access to any upgrades yet, or any nomad wagons, but we did pick up another trinket. I also need to remember to be very careful about this, because this messed me up several times in my previous playthrough, that the trinkets I have cannot be taken away if they're in the middle of treatment, which I find really irritating for some reason. And so I have to remind myself to never forget to put that on there. Now, Crusader Ronald, how good is your dodge? So dodge gives 5 armor. Oh, is dodge your armor? No, protection is your whatever. I guess we'll give it to the Plague Doctor, because I'm a very, very big fan of Plague Doctors. She doesn't have many debuffing abilities except for Blight, which, admittedly, that's a very good thing to have. So I guess I'll put it on her to make sure she doesn't get hit as often. And to avoid pulls and otherwise, because she's supposed to be in the far back hitting people with plague grenades and otherwise. I also thank you for some of the advice, such as ditching heroes when they're no longer cost efficient, but I'm going to, let's just say, avoid that for now. And we have a choice of 4 quests within the ruins. So what shall we grab? 3,000 gold. I guess we get the exact same thing. The only difference is what kind of battle we're going through, and if we have camping or not. Which we can try camping, but it's also not a very good idea yet, because we don't have a very powerful hero set. Bell, please go right through. And we're not going to have the inverted bunch. Tricky Glory. Anyway. That's Abomination only, but I think the Gambler's Charm would be much better for me. And we have the estate map objective of Explore the Ruins. Unholy machinations of crushed together hallway and vault. Explore your ancestral home as far as you are able. We have one fireside camping quest, and they will be able to camp, but they don't need to. Not like you shouldn't, as it's apparently a very good idea to camp, as I found out, as I used to shy away from those types of quests. Anyway, we'll not take any of the new ones on here just yet. Let's get used to a general team first. Firewood allows us to make camp and provide their very various stress-based reliefs, buffs, and otherwise, which we should very much make use of. Now, first things first, lots of food. As if we're doing a camping quest, this means this is a very large area, and we're probably going to have a lot of hunger strike. Lots of hunger striking us, and then a fair amount of torches as well. I think I'm safe with about 2 stacks on a medium-sized location. Anything else I could possibly use? Nope, not at all. We have our free holy water, courtesy of the Vestalt. We don't get a skeleton key for anyone else. We get the anti-venom, courtesy of the Plague Doctor S. I believe it's female. I don't remember. I didn't really check. Its name is Buki. Bushi? I really don't know. I need to go check again. Anyway, into the depths we go. Or into the ruins. Come on. There we are.
Pace out the halls of your lineage once familiar. Now, foreign.
90%, how many do we have in total? I'm going to pause briefly because I would like to at least calculate this to see what... You're a dick. Hey, I wanted to see that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 90% of 13 is about 10 rooms, meaning at minimum we do have to go across to this side. So I guess we might as well try to do a full explore.
Watch your step.
Well, screw you two, game. Free stashed heirlooms. Guess I don't mind that. I'm going to try to keep our torchlight as high as possible, including trying to abuse the camping system, which restores the torchlight completely and utterly. Ooh. Treasure chest, but a battle and a trap. Or battle and debris. Tis empty. Now, who has the best trap disarm ability? Naturally the highwayman, so let's give it a shot. Good. I don't crit fail. Like, I talked to you guys about the fact that I occasionally play RPGs, and it is well noted that I will crit fail in anything involving combat, but out of combat I will crit succeed so often it makes people's heads spin. And so things like, I want to forge a weapon, it will always be awesome no matter what I do. Grape shot, please. It'll always be awesome no matter what I do. Your powers only work from the back, don't they? I made a mistake here. And I'm going to want to kill you, so hopefully, Plague Grenade deals 2. Nope, you are going to just barely live. Just barely. Although you'll be guaranteed to die next turn, so as long as you don't deal tons of damage, this one, I don't have much of an issue with what's going on
Their
here.
formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Move here, maybe we'll get lucky. And if Vestalt's able to heal, we'll heal Reynolds what little we can. Sure, we'll continue doing so.
The slow death. Unforeseen.
I understand.
Unforgiving.
I understand the benefits of critting, and critting often. What treasures do we get? Oh boy. I understand the benefits of critting and critting often, but I also understand that it's sometimes better to make sure that you're fully healed, especially for fights like this that I knew we were going to get into. And you always go stressful incantation first because you have such a ridiculously high speed. 7. Now, Grape Shot Blast would be nice. Can I kill you, though, is the better question. No, not unless I crit, so I guess I might as well do this. And deal what damage I can. Play grenade in the back. Seems like it'd do the most good for us. Dazzling light. This might just outright kill you before you get a chance, and yes, it will. Perfect. Because your turn will go off.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Of course, you'll get a rend for the old gods off, and hopefully we get the bleed resist, which we do resist both his stun and bleed resist. And smite, which might be enough to just barely kill you. Barely. Perfect.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope
The bone rattle
blossoms.
gets a shot off, but that doesn't really matter as much, as his damage maximum isn't as great as anything else. Now, Noxious Blast. No, we'll do a blinding gas. If it succeeds, it'll come forward. Unfortunate. If it succeeds, it'll come forward. Unfortunate that it didn't, but a pistol shot.
Press this advantage. Give
Sorry,
them
that
no
was a
quarter.
grape shot. Not pistol like I originally thought. And you try an Eldritch Pulse, but that doesn't work. Thankfully for me. And, this stuns, so... Seriously. Here. Additional protection and marking, so you'll at least be more likely to attack. I'm more concerned with me having the ability to heal some of my party. More specifically, this gentleman here who just took a massive hit for 5. Ah yes, stress damage. My mortal enemy. Anyway, there's a good chance that Reynolds might just one-shot this fellow.
Continue the onslaught.
Actually-
Destroy them all.
I'm sorry, his minimum was almost enough to one-shot. And we'll unlock it, and it's trapped, but thankfully he was able to unlock it without getting the blight. Anyway, we'll be heading on to the next section of rooms. I didn't intend to do that. That was purely by accident. I didn't even realize you could back out of rooms that way. I thought that was impossible. Oh well. As the light continues to drain from us, we shall hopefully encounter our opponents and surprise them.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
So I'm guessing this has some form of initiative system for the purposes of determining speed in combat, or at least the order by which things go off. Or at least their speed seems to be randomized. Now, for you, my dear, I'm going to want you to try to bring the Bone Courtier forward, or at least stun him, so he can't try to hit us, so to speak. Judgment. It's a self-heal, and deals a little bit of damage. I don't see why not. Huh. Interesting ability. I'll have to remember that next time. Grape Shot Blast should deal enough damage. Remember the fact that I suck in combat no matter what I do.
Confidence surges as the
But
enemy crumbles.
Reynolds is good enough at what he does. So you will actually try to blight grenade him, crit, causing an increase of bleed to 5 rounds of it. Or sorry, 5 rounds of blight. Grape Shot Blast should finish off this poor gentleman, at least next turn. He'll get a rend off. As long as it doesn't cause a bleed, though, we should be okay. We have very, very high resistances. Good job. I'll see if I can take an extra turn here with this stun, and at least use this turn to try to heal him up a little bit more. Although I've only been rolling minimum on heals, which is
A death
annoying.
by inches.
I only do that heal because it crits occasionally, but this is about as good as I'm going to get. Open vein. Nice shot. Like, no, really, nice shot.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
We're going to get a lot of gold from this. Although it's probably going to go all down the drain, because
In Radiance, may we find victory.
I think... Now, don't quote me on this, but I think we unlock the sanitarium next. And what is this? Urn holds the ashes of the departed. Infected by the ashes. I guess holy water is what you're supposed to use there, I guess.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Webers are glorious because you can one-shot them. Sometimes. Although you can get close enough. But the problem is they have stun and mark effects. But you went next regardless. Not like that matters, because now you're going to be absolutely murdered by the entire enemy team. It's not actually that useful, because as much as I like Noxious Blast, Plague Grenade is only good if the opponent has 4 stacks of units, so it's actually better to try to remove the Blight. You, on the other hand, should really not fail those things. Illumination. No, Dazzling Light.
The light, the promise of safety.
Sorry about that, that was my mistake. I should have used Judgment. Oh well. Doesn't matter, killed all 3 simultaneously. Multi-kill.
This expedition at least promises success.
Plus 20% move skill chance, but -1 speed. I do want to take both, but I don't have a way to do so unless I can ditch something. 15 gold each. Yeah, I guess we can ditch it. Take all. I would like to make room, but you're not letting me make room. And I have to leave some gold behind. Ain't that heresy? I mean, that's always the issue of over-preparing. Maybe we should get our scouting soon. And we get a free torch. 1 free torch, gentlemen. 1 free torch.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Nothing for us here. I'm guessing at around that point I'm going to use the campfire. Good thing I brought along the,
Even
shovel.
the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Sure, 100 gold. Yes, when we get to this room here, we'll try to make our camp. And we're lucky enough to get scouting. Empty, but there's a bookcase there. Or at least an obstacle. What's above it? Battle with Curio. I guess we might use a full meal.
Without tools of iron, you must rely on flesh, an indefatigable purpose.
Actually, why did I do that? There's no reason to. But we're here. We get our own little bit of scouting, so let's see what we reveal. Treasure in another room battle. Well, hopefully I don't have to go deal with that, but we'll make some camp here.
A spark without kindling is a goal without hope.
I guess we'll take a feast here. 8 units of food, but basically a full heal and full stress reduction. Now, who can actually give? Bandit Sense for 4 combats is good. Clean Guns for 4 combats is still good. What do you do? Zealous Speech. Reduces stress by that. All companions reduce stress by that. And yes! Yes! Yes, actually. Let's do 1 Zealous Speech. Now you will get time to clean your guns. Because I definitely would like that buff as well. Did that override your buff? No, it didn't. Good. Then I have 3 turns for 1 more thing. Does 1 companion, 1 companion, 1 companion. Does anyone have something for all companions? No. We don't have anyone who's particularly religious. Nor is there any wound care that's really needed to be done. But I guess we'll do some encouragement on the Vestal. He would have made a good soldier in another life. Do I have anything for 1 skill? I do. The Cure. Sure, I'll at least do this. This injection shall fortify against any internal assault on my flesh. I'm blessed with good health, for today at least. We must be on our guard. I'll take first watch.
And now, the darkness holds dominion. Black as death.
Seriously? Dark is their ally. do all this work, all this bloody work, and all I get for it is immediately getting screwed over. Thank you. I'll go to the back, and go in front. Sure, you get rent for the old gods, but it's not a humongous issue if I can at least use Grape Shot. I'm not putting you up front if I can avoid it.
How quickly the tide turns.
No, seriously, why? Can I just not fail for once in my miserable existence? Crusader's gonna have to take 10 years to get to the front. My hero is bleeding. Yes, I'm aware of bleeding. I know what bleeding does. Crit, please. No, of course not. Tempting gauntlet. As if something like that could tempt me. Here. I'm going to say, who has less health? Eat the noxious blast, take some blight, go burn in hell. I don't think I can. We'll just keep casting Illumination and get the dark slowly, at least force the dark to recede slowly. You, on the other hand, are probably going to die next turn. One further. There's always one further. How close are you to death? A Blight Grenade might be able to take you down, but I'm going to try Blinding Gas instead. Perfect. Everything runs red. And we get rid of the first. Oh, I think he'll still act. Unfortunately, that's going to put you at death's door because I couldn't do anything about that.
As life ebbs, terrible vistas of emptiness reveal themselves.
That was bloody fair. But then again, this is Darkest Dungeon. I really don't know what I expected. Oh yes, you're bleeding. Yes. Bandage. Bandage. Why aren't you bandaging? Stop bleeding so you don't die. And as for you, get behind the Crusader. Oh, come now.
Survival is a tenuous proposition.
Oh well,
in this
I guess I should
sprawling
expect it
tomb.
as such. No, we're not retreating from combat. We're not retreating from something that should never have occurred in the first
Precision
place.
and power.
I think Dismas agrees.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Yes, unfortunate for me that I've... Oh yes, you're bleeding still. Yes, thank you for a map. Is there anything that's potentially better? No, but I think after this room battle and after that battle for the treasure chest, we should be fine. Nope, we don't get the... Oh, now we get the surprise. I'm the one we're least likely to do it. My bloody luck. Yeah. Like, the reason I lament my own luck so much is partially because of the fact that whenever my friends don't ask me to generate stuff ever for the RPs that we do. Because my luck proves that I throw all laws of probability out the window, in that I will generate the most extreme results possible. Unfortunately, that carries over into games like this, where the enemies would target people at random. If they don't have a mark, they'll all target the exact same person and nearly instantly kill them, like they almost did to Dismas here. Please, don't do this again. I know they all get their attacks before the Crusader. They get all their attacks before us, even though we have someone who has higher speed than they do. Kill them. And we'll continue with our plague grenades, hopefully. Actually, no. Oh, actually, it's both of them. I didn't realize. That's even better than I thought. Also, die. I'm tired of you. I don't have a bandage anymore to deal with this, unless I can get two.
A decisive pummeling.
That's not good, nor is that actually particularly helpful.
Ghoulish horrors.
Where's my
Brought
food?
low
Where's my
and
food?
driven into the mud.
Food. There's an obstacle there, which I'm guessing I'm probably going to go with this room battle with Curio instead. Not for desire to do it and over the treasure chest, but I might take too much damage in doing so. Accident occurs during the experiment. You're blighted. I don't have the anti-venom anymore because I threw it away. Oh yeah, it's traps. At least that didn't kill you. Can I not use the ability? Nope. Why could I use the ability out of combat? That'd make it way too easy. I was trying to heal you a little bit beforehand. You're gonna be on death's door. Unfortunate for you. Let's see if I can kill off some of them before they get a chance to act. Well, I said I'd hope.
And now, the true test. Hold fast, or expire.
I mean, I have to DPS them down. At least put enough debuffs on them where they can't easily kill us. I'm just hoping that Dismas doesn't die from his blight. Reynolds, can you please let me do a zealous accusation? Nope. Reynolds, we need to fix that speed of yours. Good. We're just avoiding Dismas for now, but Dismas might die regardless. More plague grenade should finish both of these off. These can stacks up the damage instead.
Gently. This is how a life is taken.
Alright. One pistol shot for you. One instant death for you. You deserve to die for missing all these times. Stunning blow? Nah, just smite you. Because he'll die on his turn anyway. Take everything.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Alright. Everyone eat some food, regain a little bit of health. And a map is found. Congratulations. We find absolutely jack all. This should be the last room. Nope. But guess what we're not doing? We're going to do the smart thing and, like, not go in this general... Why'd this trap appear? Not go in that general direction. I think this means I have to take another room battle. Which completely defeated the purpose. Oh, room battle with a curio. It's slightly ajar. This item had no effect. Well, I'll grab some hidden treasures. Which means I completely missed that there was a curio in there as well. Oh well, my mistake. Plus 20 damage until camp. Too bad we're not going to be getting into another fight because I just refuse. Are we done? Good. Let's leave. 'Cause dear God, that battle was awful.
The shifted corridors and sloped walls of our ancestry are beginning to feel familiar.
So are these all his siblings? His family must have really gotten around if that was the case. But we got a lot of heirlooms and supplies. Unfortunate that Belle had to die in order to grab them. And we didn't get any, what is it? Any malignancies.
The poor caretaker. I fear his long-standing duties here have affected him.
And thank goodness we have the blacksmith in the guild. And the wild has been unlocked. Oh well. We'll speak of that next time. For this is the end of the episode, and I hope you've all enjoyed watching. This has been BrainBoy20 with Let's Play The Darkest Dungeon, and I'm signing off. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like, comment, or subscribe, for it helps out a great deal, and I hope to see you all next time. Farewell. Also, before I forget, if you so desire, you can also get a named member of the crew, so to speak, or a named hero in on this. Just post in the comments below, and you'll be able to acquire one of specific type or name, and if I can't find one now, I will attempt to find one in future videos. Anyway, once again,